Hi, welcome everybody. Hi Gail, how are you doing?
You forget who's talking to you.
Yeah, I know. I'm a little lost in space because we're talking about galactics today, so it's it's right to be spacey. So my name's Terry. My channel is called Holding Your Space, and this is my dear friend Dr. Gail, Skywalking with Moon, and she is a extraterrestrial experiencer, and has written a book called How I Learned to Fly My Spaceship. So, which is a great book. I read it quite quickly. I think in 12 hours I read all of it. But so we're here to talk about different species of galactics, but we're also here to talk about today hybrids and why they're here, what it looks like, and what they might look like, and what you might feel like as a hybrid. And are you a hybrid?
So, do you want to do a definition of the hybrids?
I think so. Yes, please.
I thought you were pulling up a definition for them.
Oh, was I? Oh, okay. Well,
I thought you went to Chat GPT for. Let's get a definition
oh,
of them.
oh no, 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 no. Okay. So talking about this, are you part galactic? Like, are you Arcturian? Are you part Lemurian? Palladian? A lot of us have had lifetimes, past lifetimes, or in future lifetimes as Palladians or Hathors or whatever. And then, what is the difference between having a past lifetime with the star people and having a current body embodiment as a hybrid?
You asked me that question?
Yeah.
Well, first, I'm going to start off with that we've had future lives, past lives, or having lives at the same time.
Yeah.
As galactic beings, and a lot of us have been in all different types of planets, all different types of bodies. We could have been Palladians, Arcturians, reptilians. We can have been all different kinds of things. But an actual hybrid is where you have the DNA of either one or multiple type of extraterrestrials that cannot be identified by our medical profession because they don't know what the DNA looks like. And we do have a lot of DNA that they cannot identify. So a hybrid has the DNA of one of these extraterrestrial species. So it's a human extraterrestrial mix. And there's several reasons for doing that. And one is survival of the species. And it's also bringing us up to a different vibrational level or dimension. And that's the reason why we do have hybrids. We here on Earth as a hybrid will have an easier time when we do have first contact. We will be used to it, know how to talk about it. It won't be any big deal to us, but we'll be able to usher the others that are around us, like your family members, into what's happening and why it's happening, and let them be able to bring up and understand what's happening, because a lot of them will have a lot of fear because it'll change a lot of things. But we are being used to it, already know what's happening, and we can explain it to them. And that'll be like your family member, your brothers, your sisters, your mothers, your fathers, anybody who's in your family that is not experiencing these things and who's not hybrids.
Would they often intermix in the same family line?
Yes,
Yeah.
they do. They do. And that's a very common thing, but it's also very common. There's only one in the family.
Is that a soul contract thing?
I think I'm not real sure about the contracts on that. We could read on that if that's a soul
Oh,
contract, or
yeah.
if it's a just a family thing. I'm not sure about. So, is it a soul? I'm not sure. How do you ask? What we're going to have? We can ask that question.
Is it a soul contract to be a hybrid in
Okay.
this lifetime? I get a big yes.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And is it a soul contract to for the family to be in one lineage of hybrids?
Yeah.
And I get a yeah. Yeah. So we settled that. Check.
One thing down.
Yeah. It's interesting how this happens in a lineage in one family. Now, is it common that they would intermix then within that lineage, like perhaps Palladian and
Yeah,
Arcturian?
they do. They do a lot of intermixing. There's a lot of people who are a combination of those things. And I'm getting a big yes on that, that there's a combination. The question is, um, or how strong your connection is. It might be that you have a choice to who you want to connect it with. Maybe you're more comfortable talking to a Palladian or a Syrian than you are an Arcturian, depending on what kind of mindset. But we can read on that also.
Okay.
Do you connect with your guides and extraterrestrial beings because of your lineage? How would you ask that question, Teri?
I get a no on that. Do we connect with our guides? Do our guides have an idea, or do our guides have a sense in how we connect with our beings? I get a no.
No?
Yeah, yeah. Our guides just pure love, no matter who we are or what we are.
Okay. Do our guides know about an extraterrestrial? Yeah, they do. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Extraterrestrial connection.
Well,
Okay. So, okay. My thing is, like, I feel like what I'm connected to, most people do, most people intuitively know who they're connected to.
yeah,
Whether it be, as I said, Palladian, Syrian, or if they're connected to the water beings like the dolphins or those, on Sirius B, whatever the connection might be. I'm not sure what the question would be. That do we only connect with our, and it's going yes before we get the question out. Do we only connect to our family lineage? And that's a yes. So what if we have multiple ones in there? How would we ask that question?
can we have multiple lineages of
Yeah,
star people?
well, that I do know we can.
Yeah, that's a big old yes.
So, but the connection to, can you connect to all of them? And that's a yes.
Yeah, I get a big yes with that too. Connecting, and we're like, what do they call that? Making a big bowl of soup, and we're all in it. And that's that interconnectedness that we're going with too, right? That's
Right.
kind of the idea of the universe, is to be interconnected and all joined in love and joy and ananda bliss. So how would we feel? Like, do you want to describe what it would feel like to be a hybrid on this planet? I feel like a lot of times when I look at all the neurodivergent kiddos that are coming in now, and in our generations too, that quite a few people that are a little bit special, they might be a little more sensitive, they might be more gifted. I feel like a lot of traits, it's quite easy to look at.
Right.
Or
Well, I do think that as we are ascending on this um, planet, that we are having to bring in more of the children, having to be more connected to that part to be able to stand what kind of vibration we're about to have. Now, we will be out of here and gone and dead into our next body while these people become adults and are able to withstand that vibrational change. And I think that's why we're seeing these type of children coming up now.
I agree. And I feel like they're going to live into their hundreds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like once the shift happens in the vibration on the planet, that many will live into their hundreds or even thousands, as they have before on this planet. Right. Let's
Right.
be clear. Yeah. This is nothing new on this planet that this would happen. Um, and also I feel like, there's a lot of beings on the planet that have been asleep for thousands of years, waiting for us to get back to where we were with Lemuria or Atlantis, and even Egypt, and come back into that, where they're going to be welcome again, and they don't have to be invisible.
Or in or inner earth, or being in inner earth.
100% inner Earth, yeah, 100%. So can you tell when you look at somebody, or can you get a feeling of what their lineage is as a hybrid?
A lot of times I can.
Yeah.
Not all, because some of us have mixed DNA in us, but sometimes I can. Like Hadarians are especially ones I can spot out, or you can tell by personality a lot of times from the Palladians or the Arcturians. There's a lot of personality traits that you can see from them that are what they've inherited with their DNA from these different species. So it's not a dead on science, but yes, a lot of times you go, oh, whoa, that person's way Palladian. Oh, wow, yeah, kind of thing.
So I've got a question for you on that. A lot of times I'll look at somebody and I'll be like, well, your eyes don't belong in that body.
Right.
You don't look like you're quite human. How often is that somebody that's come, a star person that's come to Earth just to say hello and walking on the planet? And how often is that a hybrid, or does it matter?
Well, why don't we read on that?
Oh, that's a great question.
Okay, so let's start off with the first one. What was the first one?
Okay. When we see somebody that doesn't look like they belong on the planet, are they a star person that has come down to visit?
Okay. Or are they living here? Or are you saying they've taken on a human body? Because we do have walk-ins. And so we can go through all that, the walk-ins, or is it actually a star being, or, has taken on a human form? There's a lot of little nuance.
I'm getting a yes on all of that.
Okay. So yes. It can be.
The more you ask, the more they say, yep.
So it's all the above.
Yeah, I kind of think it is. What do you think?
I do think it is. And identifying which one it is, you just never know, because a walk-in is going to have that certain look about them, I would think, a big time, the walk-ins. If extraterrestrials coming in and the human souls leaving and they're walking in, I would think that would really show in the eyes. Now, an extraterrestrial that's walking among us, I would think their whole body would be kind of, you could tell from their whole body. But the walk-ins, I think you would see it in their eyes. And I'm getting big yeses on this.
I never thought about that, Gal. I always thought, because I've seen these people since I was a kid. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you do see it in the eyes, and sometimes you just know that whole body does not belong on this planet.
This is the first I knew about it too. I mean, it's just, we're both discovering this now.
Yeah. And it's interesting because when they see me looking at them and they know that I've caught them or not caught them, they start laughing.
Well, I caught one day in the grocery store and he ran.
Oh, interesting.
Which I thought, and I tried to chase him down in my car, tried to find him. I couldn't, he was gone. But yeah, that was the first time I had one run like that.
Well, and I see them all the time when I go out for music. I see the big hairy ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 8 foot, 7 foot tall ones, and with all the hair and the beards and stuff.
That's an easy place for them to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Renaissance Festival. They love a Renaissance Festival or concert.
Yeah.
Loving that music. We've talked about the purpose of being a hybrid on the planet. And then what can we do to help these kiddos or these individuals?
Well, actually, I don't know. Being understanding, I don't know how we're going to start helping them. I think we're going to learn how to help them because there's so many coming on. But right now, they're coming in droves, and we're like deers in headlights on what to do with them. They're just telling me they're going to help each other. The children are going to help each other. They're not looking at us to help them. They're going to help each other.
Yeah, boomers.
Yeah, they're not looking at any adults to help them, not even the younger adults. They're looking at the children themselves are going to be a collective helping each other.
I can see that. They are so independent. And I'm saying that because I have so many in my family, and they're just so independent and got their own thing going on.
Right. So I think they're telling me we don't need to worry about that. They're going to take care of themselves. In fact, they're going to be more, like what you're saying, more independent than we ever were, and more dependent on their counterparts or their collective of people, because they'll be more telepathic and understanding each other. And we're just going to be so far old timers. We don't understand it. We can't even get there, and they're just going to find each other.
Right. You hear people say, "Oh, those young people today, this and that," and of course they said that about us too.
Right.
But I've really heard that a lot about how they're so connected to the internet or their phones, or
Yeah.
but this is what they do on other planets, right?
Yes.
They are working with this type of ingenuity, and we're new to it, or newer to it,
Right. Right.
and AI.
Yes.
I'm going to say too. And I think that's why, I won't get off on the AI thing because everybody's got an opinion. Okay. We'll shut that down, Teri. Okay. So, do we want to talk about like the difference and that you might feel if you're hybrid?
I'm not sure about the difference that you would feel. Because you're raised as a human child, I mean, you might feel different from your family,
Mhm.
but that's typical for a lot of people. If you're an artist and you're the only artist in your family, you're going to feel different. If you're a musician and you're the only one musician in your family, you feel different. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure how you would identify that. Probably when you start seeing your star family and when you start connecting it and recognizing it, then that's when you're really going to, know that something's going on. Some people are going to talk about it, and some are going to just keep it quiet to their chest because I don't want everybody to think I'm crazy. Don't want me to be put on medication. So I think everybody's journey on that's going to be different.
Yeah. Um, so I'm just getting a big hit that a lot of the big tech moguls are uh, well into this. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely hybrids. Yeah. And probably already in communication.
And also, you would not believe how many of them have um, healers and intuitives sitting right beside them that are helping them navigate their lives. They just don't announce all these people that they have on their team like that.
Yeah. Yeah. As well as politicians.
Oh, definitely. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And let's make clear about this. Does the government know about this, or governments know about
Yes.
it? And do the churches, the big churches, know about
Oh,
this?
definitely. They've probably been the forerunner of knowing about it.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
been so involved in it from the beginning.
Yeah. My mom used to say that there were certain things that they couldn't tell us about because it wasn't good for the community to be awakened so quickly. Like, just like they won't give us free energy because it
Right.
would
I was going to
destroy
say,
the economy.
I'm hearing all financial. It's
Yeah.
not, it's nothing, has nothing to do but with money
Yeah.
because, yeah, anyway, that's all it is. It's money.
Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely all it is. So as we find out about this, I guess, do you feel like there's going to be, I don't think trouble for these young ones because I feel like they're so sprinkled around the world and interconnected, and particularly interconnected in the tech industry and science, that it's going to be kind of an easy one for people to kind of, uh, they're saying swallow, like work with your palate, it's not going to taste horrible.
Yeah.
Because you can be like, "Oh, okay, well, that makes sense now." Yeah, yeah. So, do we wanna say anything else about them?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Anything
Um,
else about it?
do we wanna talk about disclosure and, like, a timeline for that or anything?
When I first started this, when I was linear thinking, which of course I still
Yeah,
am human, they told me it was 2024 that was going to happen disclosure. Well,
yeah,
where are we now? We're in 2025, which I
yeah,
mean, I know we did have disclosure, but I was expecting big disclosure. And I know we did have in 2024, we had some disclosure. We had all those um, drones and drones coming in, at the end of the year in 2024, which that was a type of disclosure. But disclosure has changed from being a big impact to coming from each individual. So we're all having disclosure. Each individual is having disclosure. So I don't know what it's looking like now. what that's going to look like. And I've quit trying to predict. I know everybody's going, oh, it's going to happen 2025. No, it's going to happen 2026. Now it's going to happen 2027. I've quit.
Right? I really always thought it would come through the government, and now I don't. I think it's going to be a smattering.
It used to be, it was going to be in the government. In 2024,
Yeah.
it was supposed to be through the government, and that did not happen. And so, as I said, they changed from going to the individuals, and so they're going disclosure from bottom up instead of from top down. And that's how disclosure is now taking place. But I don't know when the big disclosure is going to be. But we're going to be more on board by the time it happens.
Okay, so do you think that this is a weird question because I'm linear?
I'm there too, but it is difficult to get out of that.
It really is. Do you feel like those beings that are here on the planet right now, our loved ones that are hybrids, do you feel like they're going to be changing any changes in their appearance when this happens? Like that they're going to adapt different ways?
That's a good question. Let's read on that.
It was a hint that I got while we were talking.
So, and I'm getting a yes is what I'm hearing, but is it the hybrids that you're saying the appearance or change, or the extraterrestrials that are here on Earth?
Oh, let's read on both of that, because I really get that the extras, but the hybrids I get too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and I'm wondering how the hybrids are going to show themselves then, how that's going to change, how their look's going to change, because they are still human.
Will it be their skin tone and their I feel like it's going to be some of their musculature. That's a big word for me today. It's going to change, like maybe some gills on some, perhaps, and some a different tone in their skin, and maybe their ears or something.
What they flashed because it was in my first book. I don't know if you remember the guy that was in Mexico that was running, and he was turning into, and that's what they're showing me. That's kind of how it will be.
Oh, that they're going to start turning into.
Right, he hadn't read my book. He was a guy who was running, and he was turning into an insectoid. I think he was a praying or a mantis being. He was turning into, and he was going from human and he didn't know what was happening. He was freaking out. The townspeople were freaking out seeing this change, but they're showing me that's kind of how it's going to happen. And maybe I'm wondering if that's how the reveal is going to happen. Instead of them landing on Earth, will that transition happen before our eyes? Would be the.
Let's ask that. Will the transition? Oops, God, Dad, they don't want me asking that question.
And a big yes on that. That's how it's going to happen. Instead of the big reveal landing, is the people who are going to transfer from their human skin turning into their extraterrestrial self, and before us. Wow.
I feel like it's going to be a mix.
That'll be a mental impact on a lot of people.
Well, that makes so much sense, because one thing, it doesn't matter. A lot of us are a little prejudiced and very linear thinking, very tribal. And when we look at that, almost everybody loves their family.
You're right.
And if you have like your favorite cousin or brother or sister or mom or somebody that all of a sudden reveals this hybrid, the way they look.
Right.
Yeah.
That's an interesting turnabout events, isn't it?
Dang. You heard it here first, people. Well, I really, gosh, this is a lot. Okay. We almost didn't do this show today either.
Yeah, that's right. And this is huge.
Yeah. Huge. So, and we've got more where this comes from, everybody. We're doing, all the different lineages, and we have a more in-depth hybrid program talk that we're going to be giving in about a month. But I don't know. This is pretty in-depth.
I don't know that can be any more in depth than that, for us to figure that out. But it makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect sense. Okay. Whoa. Okay. That's another show. So thank you all for being here. Thank you, Gail. This was a joy as usual, and we'll talk to you all later. Okay, and I'm just going to end recording. And